Well, in the world of alternative confusing supplements, and I say confusing because there's always somebody out there trying to sell something, and I'm not really selling this product. It's just a product that I take. I don't take it in this form, but the package itself explains it the best. MSM. It's got a long name to it, actually. It's methylsulfonylmethane. And what it is, it's a type of sulfur, organic dietary sulfur, that is used and required by the body. Now, just to cut right to the chase, it's good for skin, hair, nails, and joints. So it can be very soothing for joint pain. So I'm going to give you something that maybe is a good clue as to what works and what doesn't work. The established medicine doesn't really like this supplement too much, from what I gather, but in alternative worlds, they love it. Now, to actually try to figure out who's right, who's wrong, I know you could say it's the money angle, but that's not always the case, because even I find that in alternative medicine, there could be snake oil too. So this is one thing I do to apply a little bit of common sense. If, it's being used in alternative medicine for people, and also at the same time has a usage in the veterinary world for like dogs, cats, and horses and things like that, well, a lot of times that gives you more strength in your conclusion that it works. Because there seems to be, not in every case, of course, I mean, you can't say if something works for a dog or a cat or a horse, it's going to work for a human. But, if humans are using it and saying it's good and it works, and then veterinary people are using it for dogs, cats, and horses and things, well, that's giving you more confirmation that it works. And, in effect, that's exactly what's going on with this product. It actually works in the animal world. Now, the animal world, they don't use it for beauty, but for the people world, they do. There's various ways you could take this too, and I found that the best deals for MSM are probably it is now, and it's been for some years now. My favorite place of buying supplements is Puritan.com. I'm not selling for them, but I'm just stating that I've been buying supplements for a number of years, and looking around at the best, cheapest value, best value for the money, best quality for the money. Puritan's been around the United States a long time, but you won't find this in any stores. It's strictly online. They're the largest online vitamin supplier in the country. They've been around the longest too. It's just that you won't find this in your local drugstores, your Eckerts and all this type of stuff. CVC drugs, or going to Walmart, Walgreens, or mentioning all these names out there, dropping some dimes. You will not find these products in there. It's strictly online, and they test everything in the United States, and they have a very good quality control. So price, quality, and everything else is good. Been ordering from them for years, so I get my MSM from them. And a lot of people, one usage of MSM is for joints and arthritis. And I'm going to give you an example of what, and like for instance, they use it in the veterinary world. For example, like a dog could have been having problems getting around and was lots of pain. Couldn't get up very well in the morning, little dog, a dog, pet, right? And they were going to put the dog to sleep. So that's where it was suggested to try the MSM. They put the MSM in a doggy bowl, and lo and behold, not that many days later, the dog was moving around much, much better, and it actually lived 2 more years. And in doggy years, that's 14 more years. So that's a major, difference for such an inexpensive supplement. Now, it has other uses besides joint pain and things like that, but I'm going to get into them and some other history behind this, because I noticed, like, when people talk about MSM, they really don't cover the whole deal. They don't cover the whole deal. I'm going to try to make this short, brief, cheapest places to buy it and what it does and some of the history behind it and why I think it works for sure. Now, a lot of people might take glucosamine, as I'm pointing to, and chondroitin for joints. That's a little bit controversial too. I was taking that stuff. I take it too. I don't take it every day. Just, I don't know, I rotate things. But I always get the one with the MSM included in it. And this is the way I recommend it. Now, if you're taking glucosamine, chondroitin anyway, I'd recommend you get the one with all three, chondroitin, glucosamine, and MSM together. And that's the cheapest way to get your MSM. But if you're not taking that product, I would recommend that you take the MSM just by itself. And it's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap, actually. You can get just plain MSM. And, for instance, it doesn't have to be this strength. It could be lower strength than that. But basically, you're talking 120 capsules. You're $15 for a year's supply, because you're getting 3 of them. So that's a fairly cheap supplement. But most people will say, and this is the other reason to take it, it's more like a beauty enhancer because it works for hair, skin, and nails. A lot of people report that their hair is thicker, grows faster, their nails grow faster, their nails are thicker, and it improves the radiance of their skin. So it works together combined with collagen production. Now, I don't want to mislead people because this is where I find aggravating with people who talk about a supplement and they're focusing on one thing. This by itself, and if you're missing the other good ingredients, it's not going to help you. If you don't have a really good diet and that type of stuff, it's not going to help. It's not like your body doesn't work off of one magic pill or one magic ingredient. But what I would like to recommend, and I said this before, I take this supplement too. Before you even get into specifics like with MSM and that type of stuff, unless, you might want to take a supplement like this, Nature's Way of Life, because, and I don't sell this or nothing, I just take the product. But actually, this product will actually retail for $50. But on Amazon, if you buy like $25 or more, you get free shipping. So the product is only $22.24. It's less than half retail. You can't beat that price. Now you take 3 of these pills a day. Now a lot of people don't like to take 3. They could take 2. They could take 1. You're not getting a full benefit of everything. But for some of the recommended daily allowances of vitamins on here, actually 1 pill a day would more than enough cover it for some of the B vitamins. It's a very powerful supplement. I'd recommend you take the 3, but a lot of people don't like to do that. But if you were to take absolutely no supplements versus taking just 1 of these a day, I would suggest taking even just 1 of these a day. And because I think a lot of people don't buy these supplements because they're expensive. So if you're really like on a budget and versus doing no supplements at all, I would recommend you take the 3 a day. But you could take 2 or you can even take 1. So for $22.24, you can have a 180-day supply. That's not what they recommend, but that's better than doing nothing. So I do recommend that you take a supplement, but a lot of people just don't like to take too many or too much. Even if you did 1 a day and you don't want to spend too much money, that's the way to do it. So I'm going to offer a practical alternative. It's not the way they recommend, but I'd say that's better than buying none. Some people just don't, they balk at the cost of these things and stuff. And I'm trying to put things out here for people who don't want to break the bank, that type of stuff. Now, I take 3 of these a day. All right, I got hundreds of supplements in the cabinets and are freaking all over the place, man. But, I got years worth of them. But it's a suggestion that I realize a lot of people don't have the money for this type of stuff. And if you don't have the money for it versus doing nothing, just take 1 a day. And you got, for $22, that's a 180-day supply. Now, the other thing is on Puritan, and they have an MSM cream. Now, MSM taken internally will actually improve your skin health, your hair, and your nails. You'll see they'll grow a lot faster. It's not just for the arthritis and everything like that. This stuff is actually a very good cream. I use this, and I also use the hyaluronic acid. Actually, I'm preferring this better than the hyaluronic acid. But also what I'll do with this cream, and I'll interject this here too, I'll take a copper supplement. Copper, which is copper like the metal, but it's a supplement form. That's very good for hair, skin, and nails. Also collagen production. And if you look back to the ancient secrets like Queen Cleopatra and Queen of Sheba and all this type of stuff, and it was known back in the ancients, they used to take fine ground copper and put it on their skin because it helped with the skin. What I'll do is I'll take a little bit of copper supplement, grind it up into very fine powder, and mix it in with this cream. And I'll do that with the hyaluronic acid cream too. But this one is actually very good because you're buying 3 4-ounces for 3 4-ounce containers for $12. So in other words, they're only $4 each or $1 an ounce. But this contains a lot of good stuff. It has vitamins E, A, and D. And this is very good for in other words, Puritan has the best deals in the world, even on, the creams, the skin creams. I don't know why people ignore them. They go by price, but, whatever the hell it is. But if you can look at all the ingredients in here, ginseng root, and various types of oils, it has a lot of very good quality ingredients in it, including like rosemary, very good for the skin, orange and citrus orange, and different types of, Chamolia flower oil, and it has the retinol, which is the vitamin A, and many different types of almond oil. So it's got a very, very, very good combination. Now, I don't want to knock this other product, but I'm not going to even show the name on here. But basically, this is an MSM cream. It's available on Amazon, so you're not even paying a list right price. $10.59 for 1 4-ounce thing. So for $1.41 more, you get 3 times the amount, and I think the Puritan product is probably better. So I'm trying to recommend products that you really will not break the bank and you're getting the best value. So I always have an eye out for things like this. I always do. So again, and you also get on a little background with the MSM. Where did it really start from? Where did it really come to the forefront? It was from Dr. Stanley Jacob, a real doctor. He was actually the entire head of the organ and heart transplant clinic in Oregon, and in the 1960s and 70s. And in the early 1960s, he found it was through DMSO. It's another product out there. It's also called a solvent and stuff like that would work against arthritis. But it was believed that it was the MSM was the active ingredient in DMSO that caused to provide relief from arthritis. Sometimes MSM is referred to as DMSO2 for that reason. Now the thing with it's not a problem, but DMSO works a little different from MSM. If it's applied topically to the skin, it's not good because, in a way, for the skin, because it could dry it out. But you have to put some coconut oil with it, or jojoba oil, or avocado oil. But when it's applied topically to skin, what happens is it absorbs right down into the muscle, and it provides relief and against inflammation. The case of MSM cream, if you're applying to the skin, this is not going right down to the muscle. It's just going on the skin itself. It doesn't work the same exact way as DMSO, but this is believed to be, and I'll put it that way, to be the active ingredient that's in DMSO that provides all the healing for arthritic pain. And DMSO has also been used not just for arthritis, but for like sports medicine, against sports pain, inflammation, and that type of stuff. So you could take this product MSM internally, and it's a type of organic sulfur that's required by the body, and as it goes through the body, it finds areas the body needs it, and it helps against arthritis and joint pain. It does work, and like I said, they use it in the veterinary world. They'll use it for dogs, cats, and horses, and similarly they use the DMSO for like the horses a lot too. It's a liniment for the legs. And like I said, where this is related is that MSM is believed to be the active ingredient in DMSO that actually that provides the anti-inflammation properties and healing properties of arthritis. Now, you can give it a try. I mean, I'm not saying anything to break the bank here. So, in other words, if you're going to take one of these a day for $15, you got a year's supply. So, if you have, if you're only interested in it not for arthritis, you're interested in it for hair, skin, and nails, I would recommend it too. And I would also recommend that this product is probably hands down the best skin cream, along with the hyaluronic acid product that they sell at Puritan, for the money. without a doubt. And the way I improve it is I take copper supplements, grind them up very fine powder, and put it in the skin cream. And that even has more effect upon producing collagen. So you can have a twofold approach for like hair, skin, and nails. Like you could be taking the cream, putting it on the outside of the skin, along with the copper, and taking it internally also. So, but just remember that none of these products, like I remember saying this, if you don't have like collagen, it requires vitamin C to work. It requires, you know, I mean, I don't want to get too far off track because, you know, even saw palmetto is very good for the skin and hair, and garlic is in some ways too. But, you know, it's like you want to have a balance of everything. So if you're going to take this, I'd also recommend to take this vitamin too. And if you think this is too expensive, this is the cheapest I could find anywhere. But if you like said I'm only taking 1 or 2 a day versus 3 a day, versus you'll have like either a 120-day supply or a 180-day supply. So that's getting pretty cheap for $22.24. So that would be my recommendation, that I think all people should take this. And actually, if we had our healthcare system was free and they're passing this stuff out, I mean, I know it would be free because somebody's being taxed for it, but if they're very responsible, I think supplements like this MSM is a very good thing for people to take, and it has so many benefits. I mean, it could be for arthritis, but it could be for athletes. It could be for beauty too. But you know, if it's repairing skin and hair and nails a lot faster, you know, it's also repairing internals in your body a lot faster too. And that includes all around your joints, because your entire body does require this type of organic sulfur. So, and just a little common sense again to repeat that, if they're using it in the veterinary world on dogs, cats, and horses and things like that, and it's been established over a number of years that it does work, you know, and they're also using it for people in the people world, it's a confirmation that the veterinary world is confirming what the people world is saying. So that's a good way to tell if an alternative medicine is legit or not legit. That's a good clue, let me put it that way.